Alright, you're live, gentlemen. Welcome back. Watching some hybrid live, or old live stream. Fixing to do some wrenching on the Nova B5R. I got to pull the engine. I got a 2 shoe clutch on there, and I'm going to upgrade it to a 3 shoe clutch. And I got some 1.1 springs, 1.0, and it looks like I got a 0.9 here, and then a 1.1. I know I've got some 0.9 somewhere. These might be the 0.9s. I think I bought all three. Anyway. So I just finished breaking in the Nova. RPM Nitro, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Cheers. I basically just finished breaking in or running in the Nova B5R. I got, I think it's 3 running tanks now. And so I took off the foil from the outside because the engine's getting hot enough now. It's getting up to temperature. So now I can start leaning it out. Boosted, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Cheers. Let me clean my camera. I don't know what's up with this thing. It looks like it's all foggy in here. Oh, it's just the mirror is dirty. There's a bunch of crap up there. Anyway, I was just running the Nova B5R. I've got a 16-tooth Hobeo bell on there. 16 bell and a 40-tooth spur. And so the problem is, and I've got a mid-range pipe on there, and the problem is it's taking too long to spool up with these tall tires on there and that real tall gear ratio. So I need to get some more torque off the line, and I've got a 2-shoe clutch in there, the kind with the spring on the outside that just expands or whatever, with the aluminum shoes. And so it's not providing enough like pop off the line to like get me going fast enough, because by the time I'm at mid speed, the car's already like so far, and I have to like, I can only hold it for a little bit, you know. So anyway, I got to change out my receiver too, as a matter of fact. Hey, Tony Nacho from Australia, what's up, man? Good to see you, brother. Cheers. Been a long time, brother. Good to see you, man. I'm just, oh man, I was just thinking of you, as a matter of fact. When I was heating up the Nova B5R, I remember on your video you were saying, man, just heat the shit out of it, over 300. And at first I was thinking, like way back then when I saw that video, I was like, no, that's too hot, there's no way. But now that I took it apart and I got to see, like for myself, after I took my heat gun, I got it over here, and I heated the hell out of the engine, and it was like 260 or whatever. And anyway, I was trying to start it, and it kept getting stuck at top dead center. Yeah, thank you, brother. Good to see you, man. And it kept getting stuck at top dead center, so I took it apart, and I was trying to figure out what was going on with it. And when I took it apart and heated it up, I realized that the cylinder on the inside was like 40 to 60 degrees cooler than the body of the cooling head or the block. So that's why you got to heat it up to 300 plus or whatever. But yeah. So yeah, that's what made me think of you, because I remember you were saying, yeah, just heat the shit out of it, and just, you know, I remember seeing you had that heat gun on there, and but yeah, so I finally started heating the shit out of it. Yeah, how funny. He says, oh, laugh out loud. I've been saying that shit for years. How funny, man. Yeah. And you know what else, man? This little thing finally started working. The only issue was the sensor was dirty. It was covered with dust. So I just cleaned that thing off, man. It started working great. Oh, I couldn't believe it. I was such an idiot. Yeah, thank you, brother. So that's the Associated RC8.3. It's got a dynamite mid-range pipe on there. It's the Platinum 053. And the issue I'm having is that it's taking, because I've got such a tall gear ratio on here, I've got a 16 right here, and instead of running a 46 on my spur, I'm running a 40. So that dropped 6 teeth, and then I added 2 more teeth or 3 more teeth over here. So that's like, 9 teeth or whatever. And it's taken a long time for it to like finally get to like where it can, bang, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, the engine finally just finished breaking in. I can start leaning it out, and I'm gonna change out. I've just put a 2 shoe clutch in there for braking, and I've got the 3 shoe right here, and I'm gonna put some like 1.1 springs in there, so I can get a lot more snap off of the line, so I don't have to run it so far to get up to top speed. I'm trying to do a top speed challenge. JP's running a top speed challenge right now, and some guy, I think his name is Chino Steve, he got up to like 61 or something like that miles an hour. And so I started doing the math on it. And in order for me to get up to 61, I got to run a 60, 16, and a 40. And so, anyway, you went from 350 to 250. Oh, hey, Nitro Pimp, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Cheers. Yeah, so a 2.5 gear to 1 gear ratio. So the engine spins 2.5 times for every time the engine spins. I mean, the tires spin like once. So I'm trying to like get, upwards of 60 miles an hour, and it's just really hard with these tall tires on there too. I was thinking about swapping them out the smaller tire, but that's not allowed for the race. So for the race, I'm going to use that. But I was just thinking for the run-in and stuff, I could just use those because it's less load on the engine or whatever. But anyway, the engine has had like 3 run-in tanks on top of like my 6 heat cycle tanks. And so anyway, it's time to upgrade the clutch, and I might upgrade the pipe too, and maybe the header. So I'm gonna run the 3 shoe, the aluminum. I think those are the max life and the 1.1s. And then I'm thinking I'm gonna change out this pipe from this mid-range pipe to like a high torque, like off-road pipe. I was thinking maybe that JP2 pipe. Whoops. Oh, that's an off pipe. Oh, there's my 9886. Yeah, so the JP2 pipe is right here. The one that looks like it's like a gun or whatever with that little thing right there. The JP2 pipe. I think it's a single chamber, and it's a real high torque pipe, and that's what I need. I need a lot of torque off the line to push the tall gear ratio and these tall tires, so I can get it, in the power band, so to speak, in the upper range. You know what I'm saying? And get it up to speed, because it's going to be real laggy down low because of how tall it's geared. So anyway, let's get started on this thing. Got to pull the engine. Whoops, I'm gonna spill my drink. Just watching one of Hybrid's old live streams, and I was having withdrawals, man, because I love watching Hybrid's live streams. So I thought if Hybrid's not gonna do it, then I guess I'm gonna have to do it. Cheers, rum and coke. Gotta find that sweet spot. Yeah. Between the pipe and the gears and the tires. Exactly. Yeah. See, you know exactly what I'm talking about, man. And so I'm thinking with that 1.1 spring on there. Let me turn some more light on. It'll help like off the line. Anybody, any of you guys, hey, what's up, dude? Hybrid, my man, dude. Good to see you, dude. Cheers, brother. Good to see you, bro. Cheers. Man, Hybrid. I was just talking about you, bro. I was just watching one of your old live streams. That's the Trinity Reflex MT. NITROGANG.
Ideally I would have to check the entire.
Yeah, and I was just having withdrawals because I love, your live streams, man. And it's Friday night, so we need to have a Friday night nitro. And if you're not gonna do it, then I guess I'm gonna have to do it. Somebody's gonna have to pick up the slack. So yeah, I was just telling the guys I'm fixing to upgrade to a 3-shoe clutch. Oh, Nova Rossi 9886 pipe. Yeah, yeah, I got that. Yeah, that's it there. This is the Nova Mega 9886. Yeah, the Yokomo gang. Yeah, so I could try that one on there too, man. What do you think, Nacho Tony? Think I should try that one on there? That's a good option. I'll leave it there just in case. Think about it. Yeah, I need a real high torque pipe to push those gears, man, because I got a real tall gear ratio. I'm running a 40 and a 16. And so, and then on top of those 4-inch tall tires, and I had to adjust the toe links in the back because they were bowed out too much like that. So I had to put them in. Anyway, details, details. All right, let's pull this bad boy out. Yeah, so this was the old gear ratio, the 46 and the 14. That's your off-road ratio. Dynamite, oh no, Horizon Hobby. Yeah, you guys make sure you get plenty of these throttle return springs. They come 2 in a package, man. Need those. For sure. I had a runaway the other day. Try that one, bro. Okay. Yeah, I'll try the 9886 then. Okay, let's start getting this thing apart. Oh wait, I gotta pull the engine. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me on Friday night. The Amazon Springs are terrible. How is that thing? Yeah, that's a proper spring. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I was gonna say, man, because if I didn't have that throttle return spring on there, my because the little positive lead on the connector where it connected, it pulled out of the back, and so the car just. Thankfully, I, had that throttle return spring on there, and I had just finished turning and stuff, so I wasn't going very fast, but you know, could have been a lot worse. But thankfully, I remember to put that spring on there. Let me pull up my chat so I can see what guys are saying. Man, and it's been a real challenge trying to get this engine heated up to 300, man. I had no idea how difficult it was. But I think that makes all the difference. Like when you heat it up properly, you heat cycle it. You heat it up slow and then you give it a little break and heat it up again and slow, and then give it a little break and heat it up again and again and again. I do that like 5 or 6 times. Make sure it's the block is 200 before I really put it on there the last time and just heated the hell out of it, and then I take it outside and fire it up. Man, another problem I was having was the carburetor has a leak. Let me show you real quick. Okay, so the carburetor, oh look, there's it is, bam. So the carburetor, initially when it was in the vehicle, it was pointed like this direction, like off this direction, just a little bit. You could barely tell. But what happened was the little arm, this little piece here, was also pointed down this way to try and make up for the fact that it wasn't aligned because it was off this way, and so the ball was over this way. And so then what happened was that the further you pulled it, the more out of alignment it got, and it created so much torque on this side, it created a leak underneath that rubber boot on the arm. So now it's got a leak in there, and I know because I poured fuel in there after I removed the carburetor, and I know they tried to fix it because they had already tried to Dremel it out, but I finally got it out with the Dremel. But anyway, I finally got the carburetor out. I poured some fuel in there, and you're supposed to be able to like hold a vacuum, when you put your finger like that, it's supposed to just like stay there or whatever. And so anyway, when I put the fuel in there and I went like this, all this fuel comes spraying out right here. And I was like, oh no, man, that thing's got a leak. And so anyway, I tried to find another carburetor that would fit. But the problem is that the throat on this carburetor is really small. It's much smaller than any other point like 21 or whatever. Yeah, hybrid says, yeah, let's hope they don't continue that spring. Nitrotronic says the 41032 header should kick ass. Oh, really? The 41032? That's the rectangular one. I've got that one, but it's the Nova version. Isn't that the 41032 Nitrotronic? Or it's basically an identical copy of it from Nova. Not that you can see because the glare is real bad, but it says something here. It says Nova engines. I don't know. But anyway, I think that's the header you're talking about. Maybe I'll swap that one out. And I was even thinking I could even just try this engine too. This is the RCR modified Paloma. And it's got the 2182 matching Nova pipe on there. I was thinking I could even try that combo on that engine because that engine initially came with this pipe and header combo, and it ran great, dude. With the stock gearing, I want to say it came close to 50. I couldn't believe it. So maybe I'll just swap out the whole header and the pipe and everything, put the old one back on, see how it performs, and then compare it. The 9886. See if the 9886 makes more power than the new one, since it's already together. But anyway, those are some things I'm gonna try as well, because just trying for the speed run. When you're trying to do your speed run, you always got to change out your pipes and your headers and stuff, see what works best. Oh, as well as the air filter. So I'm gonna change out the air filters as well. Anyway, let's get this. Oh yeah, and I put a little Velcro strap right here so I can put my GoPro right there. Oh, okay, Nacho Pimp. It's good to see you, man. Take care, brother. Good to have you hang out with us for a minute. Okay, so. Hey, what's up, all aspects? Good to see you, man. Cheers, brother. I see you, dude. I see you. I have a little rum and coke. Good to see you, all aspects. I was just fixing to swap out. The problem is I don't even have a flywheel puller, so I decided. Anyway, so yeah. Look at all that rubber from the wheel too. So anyway, let's get this thing pulled off of here, and then we can swap out the flywheel and the clutch. Yeah, so I was looking at getting a new carburetor, but they want $80 for a damn new carburetor. Boy, I tell you what, this stuff ain't cheap, is it? Yeah, so there's the cheesy little two-shoe clutch I had on there. Just for braking, I didn't want to put too much load on the engine, you know, when it was trying to break in and stuff. So I thought that would be a good option, you know. But anyway, the engine's basically broke in now, so it's time to get this bad boy off of there. And we'll go with the three-shoe. But I'm still gonna run the 16. Come on now. Okay, let me get my 10mm deep socket. Oh yeah. Checked. Is anybody thinking about competing in the JP Speed Run Challenge? So far, I've only been able to get 48, but the engine, ugh, engine was still being broken in. So, oh, I could use my flywheel wrench. Oh wait, these are those those two pin. Yeah, sometimes when you use like the flywheel wrench with the two pin like this, it'll bend the little pins. So sometimes it's better to use a wrench. There we go. Oh, I had an extra shim on there. I didn't even see it. How funny. Try and pull it off. Or not. Yeah, these flywheels, boy, I tell you what, I need me one of those, what do you call it? A flywheel puller. Y'all have one of those? I wish I had one. I always thought it'd be so easy to make one, and I never did. Usually what I do is I'll just put it upside down like this, and then I'll take like a what do you call it? Like a bit driver or something like that. And I'll put it on the back of the flywheel like that. And then I just hold it. And then I just give it a tap. And then what I'll do is I'll just rotate it a little bit. I usually use my lineman pliers. And you need all that inertia from the mass. Yeah, I know, I need one, dude. I've been slacking. Because this isn't the ideal technique. Aftershock says he doesn't own a buggy, but he's watching to see who's the fastest. Yeah, so far I think that guy, Chino Steve, is the fastest. Had like 60 miles an hour or something, man. That's fast. Interested to see how he got his buggy going that fast. Hopefully, hopefully I can get mine up there 50 plus. I'll be happy. Oops. All right, 2 shoe clutches off. And these are fine for like lighter vehicles, but when you're using them on an 8th scale buggy, they get real laggy. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is a lightened one. See, this is a lightened flywheel a little bit. If you look close, you can see how they removed material right there, as opposed to this one where it's just flat. So anyway, I think I'm going to try this one. Looks like they're both the same diameter. Probably a 32 or 34, I'm not sure. Call it, doesn't look like it wants to go. Call it doesn't look too bad. Let me try the stock collet. That ain't no good. Look how far it is. So that collet's got to come out. Come on, baby. What I like to do is I'll stick a little screwdriver in there like that in the little gap. And then I'll just twist my screwdriver a little bit. And that'll loosen it up enough that I can just pull it off. Ta-da! What do you think about that? Son. I gotta find a collet because that ain't gonna fit. That one looks better. All right, look at that. That one's basically flush. I think that one will work. Higher velocity, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. The man, higher velocity. The live stream beast. What's up, brother? Good to see you, dude. So, we putting on this new clutch on the Nova B5R on the Associated. And I've got that little bitty 40 tooth right there. So that little bitty 40 tooth is loading this sucker up big time, man. Especially with that 16 tooth bell on there. So I need a lot of torque off the line. So I'm gonna change out my pipe. Probably try this 9886, just like Nitro Tony recommended, with that 41032 header. And that's the setup typically right there. A 9886 with that 41032 Nova Rossi header like that, a short rectangular, and that's the setup, man. So we'll try that for sure. Pull this one, try the other one. Anyway, I'm just putting on this new flywheel. And I've got some 1.1 clutch springs I'm going to put on here. And some Max Life shoes. Anyway, just got the old flywheel off. Some rusty old razor blades, because that's all I got. Cheers. Lemon Coke, gentlemen. Excuse me. I still have to do my air filter test, man. Got all those air filters I gotta try. And my little funnel here. I was thinking this thing here would be perfect. Stick it in there like that. That thing would be sick. Well, we'll see how it goes. Take it little by little. I was gonna try the smaller tires to bring the gear ratio down, the final drive ratio down a little bit, with that two-shoe clutch. But I said, screw it, I'm just gonna put the 3-shoe on there. And I was having withdrawals from not having NITROGANG live, because hybrid wasn't going live. So since hybrid wasn't going live, I decided I'll go live. Sorry I don't make you watch me brush my hair. Okay, let me get you back on the tripod. Hey, just woke up. What's up? Cool, man. Welcome to the stream, brother. I was just about to start building the clutch. Let me think. All aspects says he's having barbecue withdrawals all the time. Oh man, thank you, brother. Man, yeah. Oh, dude, that's funny you said that, because just on Sunday, as a matter of fact, I barbecued a rack of ribs, and I was gonna go live, but then I just decided not to. Yeah. I need to catch on to your channel. I thought you were taking a break. Yeah, I need to do another barbecue live stream, man. Can go. How about this Sunday? Y'all feel like doing another barbecue live stream this Sunday? I do. Yeah, we can do that, and then we'll do some speed runs. That sounds like fun. Come on about the speed runs. Oh, look. Look, it's almost perfect. There's like, see, there's a little recess in the back of the flywheel where it's supposed to go, over this little lip a little bit. And it's real close. If I tighten that down on there, it might be just right. See, you're not supposed to have any gap between your, well, sometimes you are, it just depends. But anyway, I think this one's going to be my best bet right here. I'm going to tighten this one down. What did I do with my clutch nut? I got to have the right one. That is not the right clutch nut. Maybe it is. Trying to see if this is the right clutch nut. I think it'll work. I'm gonna try it. If it doesn't work, I'll just try another one. What's the worst that can happen? Right? Appreciate you guys hanging out with me, man. I think we'll do another live stream on Sunday, and hopefully we get some good speed runs in on Sunday. really like to get north of like 50, 55. That sucker's tight. But I know it's going to be hard with those wheels and tires, man. I really need some foam tires. All right, let's see what happens. See if there's a gap underneath the flywheel. Texas needs to hurry and show us 100 miles an hour. Yeah, no. I'm trying, Bubba, I'm trying. I got that Rex Legend 28.8 G-Mar. I think I'll try that one after the speed run challenge. I'll put that Rex Legend in here. Just kidding, man. Take it easy. Yeah, I think I'll try the Rex Legend next. After this one, the 28, the G-Mar modified Rex Legend, and then maybe that one will go faster because maybe it has more power. I don't know. What do I know? It's just for fun. But it'd be nice to win that buggy that JP is giving away. It's got a really nice engine. It's got the what is that? The Orion 28. It's a 27. It's the one that Rex Legend. Rex Legend. Rex from RW Mods. He was the one who loved that engine, and he made a custom engine with that crankshaft. Here. I got a ProTech spring tool. You just slide it in over the crankshaft thing, and then will it work for the install? I don't know. But we're going to use some brand new springs. So I don't want to mess around. We're going to use the 1.1 Kyoshos. Yeah, I'm really weird, dude. You see how I got like this little pry bar tool? I got issues, man. I gotta like pry out the staples with the pry bar tool. Got some kind of OCD. The nightmare mission. They're currently working on the RC10 GT, the Nightmare Edition, says Hybrid. Yeah, I never had a RC10 GT, man. I'll put the old springs in here. I was gonna say, these springs look like they've been used. I must have used them already. Alright, whatever. No big deal. Alright, let's get the shoes. Let me just verify it's actually going to fit on there. Yeah, it looks like it lines up. You see where the little slot is for the, what's it called there? And then that. I think that'll work. Let's try it. You know what I really like about this clutch nut? If you look closely, you see how it's tapered right there on the top? So when that spring goes down on it like that, it's real easy to get it on there. All you have to do is just push it. I don't know if you can see that or not. This camera, boy, I tell you what. Come on now, get up in there. There it is. Let me see if I can just push it down. Oh, no, okay. Let me get a screwdriver. I thought I was gonna get away from the damn screwdriver technique. Son of a... Never get away from the screwdriver technique. Come on, baby, get down on there. Oh, I see. Just off a little bit. Oh no. Thank you for telling me. Looks like you put it. Oh, I did, son of a bitch. Oh, shit. Okay, good. The NITROGANG. See, that's why I like having you guys here, man. Keep me from making mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes. Good. I'm glad it didn't go down. Okay, now we're right. Thank you, higher velocity. Ever, forever and ever. Come on, baby, get down in there. That little spring is playing hard to get, boy. I don't want to go down on there. Oh, there it goes. Look. See, I just pushed it down. Just got to get the line just right. Oh, yeah, fits perfect. Look at that. Now let's check the function. Nice and tight. Excellent. All right, we're good. Son. What do you think about that, son? Thank you, high velocity. I appreciate that, man. I wasn't even thinking about putting it on backwards. Oh, no. I did. I was supposed to do it wrong again. Oh, shit. What a nightmare, bro. This is not easy. Oh, God. Good thing I haven't started drinking much. Good thing I haven't drank much yet. I can still see straight. Ah, there it goes. See, look. Now, it's real easy. All you got to do. There you go. Bam! See that? I just pushed it down on there. Look at that. No, these are already the 1.1. I don't need to stiffen these up anymore, Bubba. These are as stiff as you want them. This one's sticking out a little bit. I don't like that. Lotus. What's up, Bubba? Just putting in a 3-shoe clutch on the new Nova. B5R, baby. I had the 2-shoe on here. And I was using it for break-in. I didn't want to put too much load on the engine, but whatever. The engine's broken in enough. I've got like 3 run-in tanks on it and like 5 or 6 heat cycle tanks on the box. And so it's close enough that I can start, leaning it out. So anyway, I want to upgrade the clutch because the two shoe clutch that I had in there wasn't cutting it, and I've got too much load from the drive line and the gear ratio. I'm running a 16 and a 40, so it's putting so much load on the engine down low, because it's just a real tall gear ratio. And so anyway, get down on her, baby. So I'm using the thickest springs, the 1.1s, so I can get some more snap. Oh yeah, that's tight, boy. So I can get some more snap off the line, because by the time it hits the power band, like in the mid-range, because of the gear ratio, it's already like so far away or whatever. So I need to build up a lot more speed down low, so that way I don't have to travel so far to get up to top speed, essentially. And that's why I'm putting in the 1.1 millimeter clutch spring, so that it'll load up as much as possible before engaging. And then what I need to do is change out this pipe, because this is a mid-range pipe, so all the power is at the mid-range, and I need something down low where it makes all the power and the torque down low, because it's got to push. It's got so much torque. It's just like when you have like on your bicycle, for instance, and like you're changing your gears on your bike, and then you put on like the big gear, and all of a sudden it's real hard to pedal. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly like the same thing like we're doing over here. Where you put on the big gear and it makes it real hard to pedal. No, I'm not going to lose high RPM though. That's the whole point of it. Uh, because the whole point of running a higher final drive ratio is to get to a higher speed. So it just takes longer to get up to speed, essentially. So it's just like when your bicycle, when you start pedaling, and it's with the big one, and it takes a lot longer before you're like in your power band where you can start pedaling like freely or whatever. So that's essentially the same thing that's happening here um, with the 16 and the 40. See, I changed this one out to a 40 tooth instead of the 46. Where is it? Yeah, that's the 46. So anyway, that's that. That's the other clutch. Okay, so we got that. Let me, what else do I need to do? Where's that shit? Sometimes I like running that shim on there just because it protects the clutch bell a little bit on the inside there. Oops. Lost the shim. Oh, look at that. The race, the little rubber race for the bearing came out. How weird is that? I've never had that happen. Look at that. That's some strange stuff. I guess it's yeah, new bearing time. That's just wants some more oil is what it wants. Feels clean. Feels free. I'm gonna stick it in there. Maybe I'll put it on the inside so the rubber race won't fall out. Yeah, see the thing is when you add when you put a taller gear like that, you lose your low end torque, but you gain top end speed. And, that's what I'm hoping to achieve. And hopefully, I didn't gear it too tall. That that it won't spin at speed at 45k RPM. Oh man, that thing don't want to go on there. Maybe the bearing was effed up. Because it kind of got like stuck on there and it doesn't want to go anymore. Hey, this is like Higher Velocity's little tool, He made like that little custom tool. Yeah. It works great, dude. You use it for all kinds of stuff. Look, you pull the bearing off and stuff. Oh, it's probably a burr on the shaft. What it is. Yeah, that bearing goes on just fine. Ugh. Ugh. Ooh, needs a shim. A couple shims. Oh, that's better. Two little 0.1 shims. Good enough. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's good enough. I guess I can change out this front bearing. While I'm here. Might as well. It was dragging on the shaft. Clutch bearing. What's this, a 5x12? This is that new Hobeo. I think I only have 5x11s. That's not good. Try and find a 5x12. So weird. They make bearings in all different sizes. There you go. Those clutch bearings are too small. Oh, these are for the Syntax clutch. Dang. Another clutch bearings. to put them. Hold on a minute. I gotta get organized, man. I have all my stuff organized by like, what car manufacturer? Oh no. 6x12. What? Weird. Need a 5x12. It's hybrid magazine time on the phone. Yeah, that's my favorite time, man. Magazine time. 6x12 again. 6x10. Man, where's all the clutch bearings? This is mildly annoying. I think the Kyosho clutch bearings, yeah, they are different size. Oh well. I don't have a 5x12. That sucks. Oh well, cross my fingers. That's the way it goes. What's on this one? Put one more shim. Come on, man. Why don't you want to spin? Is it the bearing? No. It's dirty in there. Oh. Huh. That's something. Well, it's definitely not the best for sure. But it's okay. It's better than nothing. And it spins kind of freely. It's not. It's just because there's what do you call it? This shim. Oh, that's what it is. I think I have to put those shims on the other side of the bearing. Up it. In there. It's weird because I always put the shims on the top of the bearing instead of the bottom. Let's try the bottom this time. Look at that. I made a world of difference. I'm an idiot. Alright, whatever. Alright, well, let's see if I need any shims for the clutch bell. I like to have a little bit of play on the end. Oh, there's no play. Take out the shim. Clutch is one of the most finicky things. All the shims and stuff. Trying to get it just right. Yeah, there's no play at all. Well, I say that. It's like so little play, it'll be taken up once it heats up. So you can see there's like no indel play. There's probably like 0.001 or something. I mean, it spins freely, but once it heats up, it'll probably expand to the point where it might lock up. Yeah, I'd like to have a little bit more play though. You know what I'm saying? Because there's almost no play in the. I can't tell. Because I keep moving the damn. What's it called? So normally you're supposed to be able to measure the amount of play, like under that little screw right there. You should be able to see like a 0.1 millimeter to like, you know, zero point 0.6, whatever it is. So like you're supposed to take like a tool like this, and your clutch gap should be like, you know, well, it just depends on whatever you like your clutch gap at, but I typically run around like a zero point 0.3 to a 0.1. So what I do is I'll stick it in here like this, and then I'll wiggle it over. Oh look! So I've got a half a mil of clutch plate gap. Look at that. See that? See, it's underneath it, even though it didn't look like it. Oh good, that's perfect. Oh good. Oh good. I was freaking out. What's up, big boy toy? Good to see you. Look, now you can see it. Yeah, I like to run about a half a mil of in-bell play there to allow for expansion for the heat. Because when the clutch and everything heats up, the bearings and everything heat up, and then if you have it too tight, it'll expand and then it'll lock up. I've had that happen. Anyway, we got this bad boy on there. And you know what else I was thinking one time? You'll see, if you'll look real close, like right here, it looks like there's a little groove right there. And if I'm not mistaken, in the old days, they used to use like a string and they would like wind it around there for like the airplanes and then pull it or something like that. And I was thinking, man, that'd be so cool if, you know, if you could just wind a little string and then just pull it, but they're not that easy to start. Anyway, especially the Nova engines, man. The experimental engine technique. Big boy twisters can't stay long. With the support worker, just thought I'd say hi. You're a good man, Bubba, not a problem. Yeah, so this is the Nova. I just upgraded the flywheel and the clutch. Got a 3-shoe on there, 1.1 springs. I'm running the gold number 3 plug on there. It's ultra hot. A 026 squish band. The Dynamite 053 pipe on there. I'm gonna pull this pipe out because I need more low end torque. And so I'm gonna change it with the 410 032 in the Nova Mega, like Nitro Tony was recommending, and we'll go for there. Someone mounted a gear on the flywheel to start it. Oh wow, that's a good idea. Wow, yeah, just turn your flywheel into a gear. Oh shit, that's funny, dude. That's a great idea, dude. Just turn your flywheel into a gear, and maybe we could even just cut some grooves in it that would simulate the teeth, and then you could just stick, you know, a big ass like spur gear underneath it. That's a great idea. Anyway, so the whole point of you know, changing out the header and the clutch and everything is to give me more torque down low, because I've got a real tall gear ratio in the car right now. I'm running the 16 and the 40, and so with the ultra tall gear ratio like that for the ultimate top top run speed challenge, you know, trying to get north of 60 miles an hour. I was calculated at 61.4 is what it's theoretically capable of with that gear ratio. Taking it for granted, there's no coefficient of drivetrain friction loss and, you know, all the rest of the criteria that, because, you know, inertia and weight and all the rest of it. But anyway, so that's just hypothetical, but it's just best case scenario. So I'm just crossing my fingers that I can just come anywhere close to that. Even at 55, I think I'll be real happy. But the tires are starting to balloon once they get close to 50. So, and I can also tell the tires are real heavy. And it's like weighing the car down. It takes a while for it to slow down and to like build up speed and stuff. And so anyway, that the foam tires would be a really good upgrade for this because they'd be a lot lighter. You have a lot less inertia and momentum and the rest of it, and parasitic loss from, you know, your drivetrain and stuff like that. There's the man. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, banditos are heavy. Yeah, they are. Yeah, I was going to change them out with my G-Mar tires that I always run. As you can see, this is like a 3.5-inch diameter wheel. I know a guy who has a box of G-Mar tires. Yeah, yeah, I used to have one. I had like 50 sets in it. Last year I bought it, but I went through them all. Well, I went through, I don't know, maybe half of them, gave it the other rest of the way. Anyway, so I was gonna change. Oh, you did? Lotus says he still has his set. Oh, wow. It's in decent shape, good. Yeah, they got some tread wear indicators on here somewhere. Right there. And they're real nice because they're really low profile. And so you can, you know, run into the curb and stuff like that, and they just hang together great. Some kind of carbon material for the wheel. It's like ultra lightweight. This thing is like less than half the weight of that. So I was going to put that on there just for test and tune with the 16 and the 40, since it's having a hard time pushing these 4-inch tall wheels with the dual shoe clutch. Oh, Lotus says he's been running on his Kyosho 6S. Oh, wow. Yeah, a bit worn. That'll do it. Yeah, so I was going to run the smaller wheel with the 16 and the 40, the gear ratio, to try and get my final drive ratio down a little bit, because the dual shoe clutch I was running didn't have the pop off the line to push the tires and everything. But I decided to go ahead and just leave them on there and just change out the clutch. And I'm going to change out the header and the spring and all the rest of it. I was thinking I could even try this engine too, the Paloma. I just finished breaking this engine in too. And I just adjusted the squish band to like 26 thousandths. And so I know this engine's good, and it's good to go, just the way it is. And it worked really well in this vehicle. It was just as powerful as the Rex Legend 28 that I got in the, what do you call it? Savage. Anyway, I was really impressed with that engine, the RCR modified Paloma. So anyway, I was thinking I could try that engine and combo and set up everything in there. How's the Baja doing? I mean, it's doing all right. It's just sitting there collecting dust. Under that crap. Hey, you can't even see it. It's underneath the Savage. I haven't run it in so long. I need to rebuild the top end. I'm going to buy a new top end kit for it, you know. So it'll have some compression, because, you know, running it without compression, it's all right, but it just runs as well as like that 23cc that I sold you, you know. It's not, I mean, it's all right. It's not like yeah, it's not as powerful as it's not as powerful as it should be. Just put rings in it. Oh, really? And just buy a new ring for it or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need to try something. I'd really like to get that Baja going again, man. Because I know that OBR is a beast, but It was just worn out when I got it, so I need to rebuild it, It'll run all right, but it doesn't run like a, full mod 10 horsepower. It just runs like a little 23cc. Oh, is that right? As long as the piston and the rings and all that stuff isn't scored, then it should be all right. Just replace the rings. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's pull off this header and pipe combo here, and we'll stick it on this one over here. We'll keep rocking and rolling. Put all these parts over here. You guys wrenching on anything? Oh, I forgot to shim. Huh. I really like these tools, man. These are really good. Woogie Nitro hooked me up with these tools, man. They're badass. Appreciate him for hooking me up. Okay, what else? What else? Okay, let's get that thing off of there. Let's get this thing. I gotta get this shit cleaned up, man. I can't work with that messy desk. Some engine screws. I was thinking about going live with the GoPro. Hey, look. It's a nitro cable. Her name is Little Siba. The little feral cat that I feed. Okay, let me get this bad boy over here. I really like this little hook right here, man, that Kyosho put. Because you just get spoiled, And then when you don't have it, it's like, oh no, well, how am I supposed to lift it, Anyway, let's get this thing off of here. I was thinking about running the double spring too. See how I got that double spring on here? I was thinking about running the double spring on this one, so because I noticed it looked like the bottom had a leak, but I was just wrong. Maybe not. Look, there's some oil down in there. So there was probably a small air leak there in the gasket. So anyway, let's get that sucker pulled off of there. And we'll swap out the pipe. And then this is an off-road pipe. I know this is a real high torque pipe. So I'm going to try this one first. And then we'll go to the 9886, I think. Especially since it's already together. I don't like taking the springs apart because then every time I do they get weaker and weaker. But anyway, let's get this bad boy off of here. Kyosho is my favorite. You didn't know. Oh man, I took my hook outside. Oh. I have a spring tool. The little hook. But I took it outside because I was working on the other car and I needed it. So, I gotta use my needle nose now. Well, no wonder I used two springs. That one don't work for crap. Funny. Oh, come on, baby. None of that. There it goes. Things will work good go to work. Man, things tight. Get my products here. Badass. Right, got it. Let me get a little cap. There we go. And get the exhaust capped off. This is a brand new spring here, man. This one's still good. This is an X-ray spring. Really like the quality of X-ray, man. They got some good stuff. Oh, no wonder. Dang. It's all jacked up, dude. No wonder I didn't have any vacuum. I knew I had a fuel pump issue, dude. There goes my fuel pump right there. Oh, I got jacked up on the install. What a nightmare, dude. No wonder. Well, it's gonna run a lot better now after I get this shit fixed. Yo, what a nightmare, dude. Oh, God. Thank God I took that shit apart, right? Just imagine if I left it. Destroyed, dude. That's sad. Oh, well. Let me get a refill, man. You know, I was running. I was running the Nova today, and the carburetor popped out literally when I was running it. All of a sudden, like it just shut down. I was like, "Hey, what happened?" It sounded like it leaned out, and when I went and looked at it, I was like, "Oh, some." When I checked the temperature, it was too low. It was like at only 200, and I thought, "Oh, well, I just need to go heat it back up." So I went inside and I started heating it back up, and I looked at the linkage, and it was all like sideways. I'm like, "What's going on?" And then I realized the whole carb had popped out, literally, man. Like when it was running, I'd never had that happen before. Crazy, right? Anyway. Oh, what do you think about that? Anybody ever drink this stuff? Calypso spiced rum? It's pretty good, actually. All right, let me get a new gas. Gas. Badass. Man, I was gonna run this other badass header that I had, but it was designed for a 28, and the opening was too big, right here. And so when I put it on my 21, it was all like, even with the gasket, it was all wobbly and stuff, you know. Yeah, that fit pretty good. It's not overly tight, but it fit well enough that it felt like it's airtight, you know. So let me put this one good spin on here. Here we go. Seems like it doesn't matter how good my light is. I always need more. Yeah, there. Yeah, this is the part where I wish I had my little hook. Captain Hook. There it goes. Let's see if I can get another one on the top. Yeah, look at that. I wonder if it would. Over that. I guess it's okay right there. Alright, good enough. Let me get the other spring on there. We'll try this pipe first, since I know the engine used to run really good with this pipe and header combo. Get in there. And then we'll try the 9886. Good enough. Let's check. Oh yeah, that's good. See you later. Good night, Bubba. Yeah, that's a lot better. Got plenty of tension now. All right, we're good. Badass. All right. Good to roll. And look at this little bitty thing here. I wonder if this thing would fit. Oh, put it away already. This little bitty, what do you call it? These little bitty clutch shoes looks like they'll fit the Slayer clutch. And I just bought a Slayer clutch thinking that I needed that Mod 1 Slayer, but the clutch bell itself was too small. And these shoes are smaller than like an 8th scale. So this is like an 8th scale, and I guess this is like a 10th scale. As you can see how they're a little bit off. Anyway, whatever. Okay, we're good. Let's install engine back in the car. And then we're good to roll. I'm glad I figured that crap out with that gasket in there, man.
Take this radio out.
I love that car, man. The Megatech. That car's badass.
This box, and there's nothing else in the box. Give me a second, and we'll discuss the condition of this model.
I was running the car today, and the engine mount screws came loose. Gears still wobbling around.
Right, guys. Picked it up this week.
Started making all kinds of rattling noise.
I'm gonna try to fire it up.
It's like, what's all that noise?
We don't have the original radio because this would have had a different radio.
Had it on the box, you know.
Well, let's what's there to talk about?
And it was
let's
making
spin
all
it
kinds of
around.
noise. So I started looking at it, and I was like, "Is this thing wobbling?"
I will say, Megtech did have really nice color schemes.
Sure enough, it was.
The rest, not so much. No Joe Garcia, what's up,
Thankfully,
man?
I
Yes,
got
this
it
is
off
a,
of there
a
before it
Mercedes
did
CLK.
any damage to the bell and stuff, you know.
I noticed when I was looking at it before, the rear end.
So I lost that screw right there. You can see that one's been replaced. And that one used to be in the Kyosho, and it got the surface scraped off from being so low. But it used to be black, just like those.
The rear end
It was probably 20 years old.
has two wings. There's one spoiler here, and another spoiler there. They really went overboard. You ever see two wings?
You like the
on one
view?
car?
Do you want a different view?
It's kind of like that
do
video
you
that
think?
became real. I gotta put that in later. That video that became real popular years ago. It included a cup and two girls.
Let me
I'm not
know.
gonna name the name of the video.
You want me to
But
change the
this is
view?
one of those that includes
Change it.
two wings and one car.
This is
Yeah,
good
double
view.
downforce, baby. Double
And we're good.
downforce. In fact, at
You
first
like it?
I
Let
thought
me
this
know.
was like some kind of mistake. Two spoilers does not really do anything, right? But they literally put it in the picture on the box. You can see on the box they have the silver spoiler and the regular common 10 scale style looking updates. This one actually looks quite dope in my opinion. But, you know,
for
this is
my
one
thread
of those
lock.
old vintage nitro things you just got to appreciate or accept.
You did it last
however
time, you should be
you want
alright.
to play that game. On the bottom, this is what the bottom looks like. We'll go over it. You know, this car did have a good amount of use. It's not in terrific condition, but the main thing, the two-speed baby
Yeah, so I was gonna
looks to be
report
not
back
missing
regarding
any
the break-in.
good access to
Whoops.
the flywheel. I see right
Seems
here,
like-
these would have been the original screws, and this was an afterthought.
It seems like I
So probably had
decreased
some kind of gear
the
issue
amount
at one
of
time, I would say,
fuel
because it was probably
that I needed for break-in, because typically I would go through like
the owner did tell me he
a
replaced
whole
these gears.
bottle, like a whole quart.
Now let me take off the body from this side, and we'll take a look at the rest of it, guys.
For break-in,
Thank you all for
and this time
joining me
around they
here
went through
tonight.
half.
I am happy to be able to bring this to you.
And you know, I've already got the engine run in, so it seems like
I mean, you know, Lotus, how you
that
doing,
little
man?
experimental
I mean,
technique
it's
that I'm
probably one
trying
of the worst scratch chassis
is helping
I've
for
ever seen,
break-in, you know.
But it doesn't matter. It's an old car, you know what I mean? Like
These screws are so hard to get in,
I'm not
dude. I'm
getting
not gonna
shelf
lie.
wings over here, so.
'Cause I don't have one of those where it's got the little ball on the end,
By the way, all
and
the
so it goes
Megatech
like
bodies
sideways.
have this kind of weird pink-looking, I don't know what you would call this, not
And you
delamination.
have to hold the
It looks
screw
like
vertically
layering
so it doesn't like
that's
go
just
sideways.
come apart on the inside. But basically, all the silver ones
Oh
are like
man,
that
go
that I've
in
seen.
there.
Alright, let's take a look at the chassis. Like I said, guys,
This is something else that I wanted to
Megatech
talk about, you guys. Let me.
is one of those cars
Let me
that
turn
look
this
good
down a
on
little bit.
paper and slight.
I don't know if you guys know how important this part of it is. This is one of the most important parts of like mounting your engine. So when you mount your engine, if you look, you've only got 1, 2, and then 3, 4 on the other side. So you got 4 screws, which means 4 points of deflection. Yeah, fire it up. Ha ha. I can. So what happens is because you have these 4 points of deflection, one, two, and then three, four on the other side, what that'll do is it'll cause the block to deflect. Like, because you've got like two bars, you know what I'm saying? One on this side and then one on the other side. And if you tighten one down too much without tightening down the other one, it'll actually cause the block to like deflect, and you won't realize it, and you'll just think, oh well, my engine runs like shit or whatever it is. Um, but the reality is it's deflecting the block in the inside where the bearing is being deflected, so it's causing more stress on the crank, and it's decreasing the amount of well, it's increasing the amount of friction, and you'll notice it. I noticed. I found out the hard way because I made that mistake on an RB Concepts engine where I was just tightening it down, and I thought everything would be all right. And when I started trying to like run the engine, I noticed something was really wrong. I couldn't figure it out. And then when I when I took it apart, I realized that if I torque down these things too hard without torquing them down equally and evenly with equal pressure all the way around the outside, what happened was it would cause the block to deflect because this surface of that little blue engine mount and the other little blue engine mount aren't exactly level. They're close or whatever, and so they're not exactly perfect. And so what I like to do is I'll mount the little blue block to the bottom of the engine first, and I'll leave it a little bit loose, and then I'll put it into the chassis, and I'll leave that a little bit loose first and tighten them all down, and then I'll tighten them down little by little. What they used to do in the old days was they would actually take a file, a stone, and they would level the top so it would be absolutely perfectly flat. And anyway, the guys were trying to tell me when I was getting into it, like, 20, 30 years ago, that that's what you had to do. And I was like, there's no way I'm doing that. I was like, yeah, that's just a manufacturer defect, a flaw. They should have, figured that out at the factory before they sent it out, like. But anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know how important it was to torque these down all evenly, because oftentimes your engine block isn't exactly level, and it'll cause a lot of deflection in your block, especially if you have a cheaper engine. Like on these more expensive engines like this with the Nova, the materials are a lot harder, and so it's a lot harder to deflect them, but you can still do it, believe me. Let me get these screws in there. Yeah, how's the service, you guys? Is the quality good? I haven't even asked. I haven't even thought about it. We upgraded our service, all that stuff. I haven't even thought about it. This engine screw is too short. Well, it did go 11 like little screw things in there. 11 turns. That's like 11 half turns, so it's really like 5 turns in, maybe 4 or 5 turns in. Yeah, I got to. Gotta hook up with Texas Aggie, man. He offered to come out here and help me figure out what was going on with the internet. I just forgot and haven't followed up with him. I think that'd be interesting. Have a professional look at it and assess what's really going on with it. Okay, so once I tighten them to where they're just like seated, I'll just loosen it. To where it just barely makes contact. And then once it finally starts barely making contact, I'll take, I'll just take it like a quarter of a turn at a time. Hey YRC, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, brother. Cheers, man. What's up, dude? I was drinking some rum and coke. Why's my thing all zoomed in? Oh, no way! Oh my god, dude, that's sick! You just bought an 87 hatchback Fox body? Oh, that's sick, bro! Damn, man, I freaking miss my old Fox body, dude. I don't know if you know, but I had one, and it was a it was a '93, and it was a '93 50 black on black convertible. That thing was sick, dude. I bought that thing from this guy in Lakeway, and here, let me turn the camera around. Tell you a little story. Story time. Here we go. Okay, here's my story of when I had a '93 50 Mustang. Oh shit. Okay, what year was it? Okay, that's not important. It don't matter. Anyway, I bought that Mustang, dude, and I had just everything is there. 50, 5 speed, yeah, black and red. Oh, that's sick, dude. Yeah, man, and I bought this Mustang from this guy. He was the Pepsi Cola executive or something, one of the head dudes at Pepsi, right? And he lived in this neighborhood where it was called the Hills of Lakeway, right? And it was like a private gated community in like one of the richest neighborhoods of all of Austin. And anyway, all the houses were like, I don't know, upwards of 5 million or something. Anyway, so my buddy, who was all into Mustangs at the time, he tells me, hey, dude, there's a Mustang. It's a good deal. You ought to go look at it. And it's in the hills of Lakeway. So you know, like, they're going to take care of it or whatever. I said, okay, cool. Like, let me go check it out. And I had just sold, I had a 2002 Ram Air Trans Am WS6. And I had just sold it. Oh, so it must have been 2005 because that's when I sold that car. Anyway, so I had that WS6 for 3 years and then I sold it. And I made like 20 grand. And uh, anyway, because I bought it at zero interest. And so anyway, I took that money and I bought that Mustang for 5 grand. And the dude had it in his garage, and it was the story was that he had bought the car brand new for his daughter who went to college, and it was her college car. And so when she finished, he bought her another car, and then it just sat in there for years, and they used it to just drive around the lake, and you know. But anyway, they had gotten too old, and they couldn't use the clutch and stuff anymore, so they sold it to me. And they wanted 5, but I offered them like 4 or something like that, or 35, and they took 4. But anyway, something like that. 4 or 5 grand I paid for the car. I can't remember exactly. But I took the thing all apart, dude, and I put new heads in it, new cam, new exhaust, new gears. I mean, new suspension, wheels and tires, brakes. intake, manifold, I mean, air filter. I mean, just everything. I mean, I had it custom tuned on the dyno. The thing was sick, dude. I mean, it was sick. 373 gears in the back, dude. It had Cobra rims on it with the five spoke, the five lug conversion. They called it. I had those 2003 Cobra rims on there. The five spoke. They were all chrome, 17s. Some badass tires, and I would drift in that car like nobody's business, man. I'd take people on rides, and they would get so scared. I would turn around the corner and just be lighted up, dude. I had what are they called? UHP General Tire Ultra High Performance. Uh, I forget what they were. But they were freaking awesome tires. They drifted better than any other tire that I had, and they were just phenomenal because you could like control your drift like no problem, you know. And you would never like get to the point where it felt like you were going to lose control, because most tires, they have like a grip point, and then once you start to like get sideways, they feel like there's a breaking loose point, and where all of a sudden you'll just spin the car. Well, with these tires, it was just like they had control the whole time, and you just counter steered. You know what I'm saying? You could just, it was freaking awesome, dude. I raced it was a 360 Modena, and the dude, it was a bright red one, and the guy had the tops down, and he had a hot blonde. He was an old guy, and he had a hot young blonde in the passenger seat, and he pulls up on me, man, and I just finished washing the car, and I had the tops down and everything, and I'm cruising, and I'm coming up to this hill, right? And this hill is like the biggest hill in all of Austin, and all of a sudden you drop, and you just drop, and you drop, and you drop, and you drop, and you go down like a quarter of a mile, just going straight down, like, you know, like at almost, I don't know, I don't want to say, maybe 30 degrees or so, but sharp, you know. And so anyway, like the dude pulls up on me right as we're about to crest the hill and go down it, right? And he looks over at me, and he's like, you know, and I'm like, oh shit, you know, and I was like, oh damn, this dude's gonna smoke me. He's in a brand new Ferrari, all bright red with a hot blonde, and she got her hair, and it's like going like, you know, back in the car with, anyway, like, I was like, okay, dude, I was like, all right, you wanna go? Like, okay. So like, I was already in fifth gear. Well, I downshifted, and then I went to third gear, and when I hit third gear, the front end of the car goes boom like that. You know what I'm saying? And then I looked over at him, and I was like, "You ready?" He's like, "Come on, man, I'm waiting on you." You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Okay, dude." I fucking dropped that hammer, dude, and we both hammered it at the same time, dude. We're going downhill, dude. And we were neck and neck the whole way going down the hill, dude. I mean, and his girlfriend, like right before that, I saw her looking over at him, and she's like this, going, "No, no, no, no." Like I could tell, like he's done this before, you know. It scared the shit out of her, and she's like, "No, no." So anyway, like, so we're going, dude. We're hammering them. Boom, red line third gear. Boom, red line fourth gear. Boom, red line fifth gear. I finally get to the bottom of the hill, right? And when we get to the bottom of the hill, it goes straight for a little bit, and then it goes this way, and then it goes this way, and then it curves back around this way. Well, by the time we got down to the bottom of the hill, my car was already maxed out, like in fifth gear, and it was 155 miles an hour, and I'm looking for sixth gear because I had just come from the WS6, you know, and well, it's got six gears, and so I didn't have six gears, and the tack was all the way pegged, and I'm like, what's going on? And the dude just, I mean, when he hit sixth gear, he just left me in the dust, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, oh my god, dude, and his car handled great. Like, he started swerving through traffic at 160 plus, dude. I was like, oh my god, this dude's nuts, and I shut it down, you know, before we got to the traffic, you know. Anyway, I ended up selling that car to a banker in Corpus Christi. I was asking 10K for it, and he jewed me down. Ah, 7 grand. But I took it because I needed the money bad. Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, thank you, bro. Yeah, I'm glad I got rid of all those damn fast cars I had, man. Now I just play with. I just play with these cars, dude. I don't need to kill myself, man. I used to go to the racetrack, dude. I used to go to the racetrack and I used to take my car to the racetrack, bro. I used to be hardcore into racing, dude. I did both, like SCCA and the IHRA drag racing. You know what I'm saying? Quarter mile. Oh my god, dude! Like I got my car sideways at 94 miles an hour. I had just shifted into second with the WS6, you know, and I had 110 octane. They got 110 octane at the racetrack, dude. You just put that shit in your car, bro. In your car, like, dude. When I shifted to third, like normally when you like say in first gear when you push the gas, like you're used to your tires breaking free, you know, because you got a lot of torque in first gear or whatever, you know. Well, like with that 110 octane, dude, when you shift to third gear, your car's got so much power it'll break free, and like dude, I wasn't feathering the throttle hard enough, and I just like when I got to third gear, I just sent it. I just pushed the thing down, and my car got sideways at 94 miles an hour, dude. I was going down the track in the right hand lane. All of a sudden, I switched to third gear, finished out second, and all of a sudden, the car gets sideways like this, and I'm going horizontal down the drag strip at 94 miles an hour, and the wall is like right here, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh my god. And so I let out, I pulled out of third gear, put it in neutral, and corrected. Had Goodyear Eagle F1 tires on there, man. Steel belted radials, 275 40 17s, and I corrected, dude, and then I got back into it, you know, and just finished out the track or whatever. And when I got to the end of the track, the ambulance driver at the end, his eyes were like this big because he was like, "Oh, dude, I'm gonna have to go clean this dude off of the wall. Like, oh, he's gonna be smeared all over the wall." Oh, dude, we both like looked, locked eyes as we passed each other. I was like, "Oh God, that was close." After that, like, I stopped racing. I don't race anymore. Yeah, that's what I gotta nervous about. I gotta learn the power band. Yeah, and the power band will change. So like stock, it's got a like a real torquey power band, especially with the stock heads and the stock intake. Um, and you know, you can upgrade that thing real fast and real easy. And the best and easiest thing is to swap out your intake manifold, put like an Edelbrock intake manifold on there, or a TFS trick flow, and of course you got to change out your throttle body. Put a big ass air filter on there. Put some 373 gears on it. That'll wake it up, dude. And then after you change out your throttle body, you're going to need to check your idle air control valve voltage. It's going to have to be like at point 0.1 or point 0.9 millivolts or something, because when you change your throttle body, the sensor, the actuator changes, and you'll have to readjust it and calibrate it. So you're going to have to use a multimeter. I made that mistake. I read the mod list. He had a lot done to the car. He had an Explorer intake. Oh yeah, yeah, the aftermarket heads. Oh, it's probably the GT40 heads, cam and throttle body. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. So he probably the most common upgrade for those was the GT40 heads. They were iron heads, and and they did make a little bit more power. And people would port them too, and you could hit nitrous on it. Yeah, my buddy, he had a TFS intake, so GT40 heads, and a nitrous kit on there, boy. I tell you what, he would hit that nitrous at the track, dude, and like, I mean, he was running like, I mean, I don't remember how fast he was running, but it was fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, think he had like a 500 shot of nitrous on there. That block can take it too, man. That crank, it'll handle 500 horsepower, no problem, man. The the best and mod you could do to those is just a single turbo, where they'll just bolt on like a turbo, and even like a remote turbo, like a STS Squire's turbo system, where it goes in the back by the what do you call it, the muffler or whatever. Um, Even something like that, because those engines respond so well to boost because they have such low compression. I think it's like an 8-to-1 or 8.5-to-1 compression ratio. And anyway, you'll be pushing 500 plus with just a single turbo, and it'll handle it. Yeah, it was stock, dude. And I remember looking back, and I remember thinking, no, I don't want to invest like 2 grand on a damn turbo. And then in the end, I ended up spending like 2 grand on parts and stuff. And I didn't make anywhere near as much as I would have made with a turbo. You know, I was like, ah, shit, I should have went with the turbo. Only thing is, it's missing the stereo system. Ah, he's got his Kenwood system. Hell yeah. May take it out and throw it in there. Hell yeah, dude. Kenwood's the shit. I love Kenwood, bro. I'm a hardcore Kenwood fanatic. I got me some Kenwoods too. As a matter of fact, I used to buy all Kenwood Exelon components, man. And I still buy Kenwood. Look, where is it? Right there. Right there, Kenwood. See that? I got some 6x9s waiting to go in the truck. They're 5-ways. Yeah. I got a couple pairs of them. There's actually 2 pairs in there, and I got another pair over there. I got to put them in the truck. Oh, and I got a Kenwood amp. I got 2 Kenwood amps, the Exelon. I love Kenwood, bro. You shouldn't have got me started on Kenwood. Ah, Kenwood cassette player, hell yeah. Yeah, this is a 50x4. Oh, man, and I got a sub amp to match that, too. It's like, I don't even know, 1,000 watts, what it says, but probably only puts out like 250, real watts. Pyromania, full blast, hell yeah, dude, yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about, man. Gotta go back to the 80s, bro. Gotta keep it real. Yeah. Some good stuff, man. You know what's funny? I've got a Acura MDX, and it's from 2005. I think it's 2005. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's got a cassette player in it, dude. I love it, man. Yeah, and it's got a CD player in it, man. I'm from the old school, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I still got cassettes and shit too, man. I remember back in the day after I first graduated from college, man. That was the thing to do, is to get a Kenwood stereo, and they had the separate like parametric EQ with like 24 bands or whatever it was, and they would all light up, and you would have that underneath your stereo, so your stereo would be up here, and then your Kenwood EQ would be underneath, and you'd have your crossovers and stuff. Yeah. Oh man, that thing was cool, man. I missed that. I wish I still had all those graphic EQs, the Kenwood stuff that I bought. I always sold them every time I sold one of my cars. I never took the system out. I always just sold it, and then I never replaced it. And I kept telling myself I was going to replace it. I never did. Oh hell yeah! You got kicker two 12-inch kicker subs. Hell yeah, bro. Oh man, kicker man, they're the bomb, dude. They got the best fucking subwoofers, man. Double stitched, woven around the edges and everything. Boss gave it to you from work, out of the car that he sold. Oh wow! How's the amp? All I gotta do is throw it in something. Hell yeah, dude. Man, that's freaking awesome, man. I'm excited about getting a system for my truck. I got an old truck. I got to put a system in. I got some Kenwoods, all Kenwood system. I just need to get a Kenwood deck. So I'm looking for an Exelon deck, an old Kenwood Exelon deck with a CD in it. Ha ha. still listen to CDs. Isn't that funny? Isn't it funny how like the music you grew up listening to, like you listened to your whole life? Or is that just me? I grew up like in the '80s with the like hair metal bands and stuff, you know. Kiss, Winger, Motley Crue. All those bands who thought they were girls and would dress up all weird and shit. It's so funny. Right, got the engine on there, baby. Oh my God, Haywire, you got 300 cassettes? Holy shit. And 100 CDs. Dang, bro, you put me to shame, man. I need to come over to your house. We need to hang out. Play in the car at the stop. I'm 20. Oh shit, when I listened, like, I'm your age. Oh my God, I had no idea, bro. You rock. You must have had some cool ass freaking parents, bro. JVC cassette deck, the Linear Tech 300 watt amp, and the shop. Oh, hell yeah, 200 watt speaker. That's sick, bro. Yeah, I wish I had my own shop, bro. You have no idea, man. I love wrenching on cars, man. When I'm not wrenching on cars, I'm wrenching on little cars. Hey, God. Just can't get enough of it, man. When I was a little kid, my my dad he got me a there was an erector set when I was a little kid. There was in the '80s, and they called it an erector set, and it was like a toy that had all these like metal beams and stuff in it with all these like little like I don't know little parts that you would like screw together and make like different robots and shit. And anyway, my dad got me that when I was a little kid, and it had like a wrench in it. You know what I'm saying? Like a opened-in wrench, and then you had like a screwdriver and all this. It's I was just so fascinated with all that stuff. I love breaking the RCs. Because there's more wrench time and more jamming. Hell yeah, brother. I hear you, man. I love the jam. Look, oh, as a matter of fact, dude, look at this. I got some Kenwoods right here. Look at that. These Kenwoods are the shit, bro. These are 5-way Kenwoods, man. These are 6x9s, and I'm using these as passive radiators. These are like 6.5-inch Sonys, and this is a floor standing speaker. Here, let me show you. It's like a floor standing speaker with like a 3-inch port, and I don't know. I reckon that's probably close to 10, 12 inches, something like that. In any event, these speakers are so freaking awesome, dude. They've got all those little like tweeters in there. There's like 3 different ones, and then that one. ATRC. No problem, brother. Sorry I'm late. Yeah, dude. Good to see you, man. A2RC. What's up? Good to see you, brother. Good man, brother. I was just showing the guys the Kenwoods. I was talking to Haywire about some speakers and stuff, man. We're getting into some speaker stuff. So I was just showing him, dude, these speakers sound so good. You would not believe it. So after I heard how good these speakers sounded, these 5-way 6x9s, I was just like, yeah, I hope everything's doing well. Yeah, thank you, brother. Everything's doing great, man. I mean, doing wonderful, man. Thank you, brother. You good, man. God bless you, brother. Yeah, I was just showing them some Kenwood speakers that I got. I put them in there. There used to be like a tweeter and a mid-range right there, and there used to be like three ways, but I took them all out, and that one's still stock. But anyway, uh, those speakers sounded so good, dude. I had them hooked up to this receiver over here. This is a THX receiver. It's an Onkyo. Oh, Haywire says he's got Yamaha speakers. It blew me away. Have no end, but they're so crispy. Oh, wow. Yeah, A2RC, you got to see this, bro. Okay, so let me catch you up on what happened real quick. Okay, so A2RC, my buddy, check this out. Here's what's happening. Did I miss all the nitro front? Oh, no. Because what happened was the stupid GoPro, it wasn't recording. I messed up, dude. I pushed the power button instead of the record button. So I missed two like full tanks of like, run in. So I had like two and three, like tank two and three run in today or yesterday. Anyway, or yeah, yesterday there was one and then there was two tanks today. Anyway, the problem, I was having lots of problems. One of the problems I was having was that the carburetor had like a vacuum issue and it wasn't sucking up the fuel and stuff. And it turns out it was the little rubber gasket back here. I had it misaligned, and it was all kinked up. And so anyway, the carburetor was giving me issues too because it wasn't. It's got a leak in there too. But anyway, that's the least of my problems. But anyway, the primary problem I was having was that I've got the gear ratio so tall and the tire so big that the engine couldn't push it. Off the guy, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. I was just showing A2RC and the guys here my build for the speed run challenge. JP is running a speed run challenge for 8 scale nitro buggies. So I was thinking I can use these Bandito tires and the brand new Nova that I'm still breaking in. I just basically finished breaking it in. Today was like the third run-in tank, and it was doing good, but it wasn't doing like where it impressed me, so to speak. It was just like it was all right, but it wasn't impressive. And so I was just like, well, I got to do something. I got to change something. I got to bring something in. Something's got to change because it's not getting up to speed. So A2RC, yeah, we're both math guys, like physics and engineers. So everything is numbers to me, just like you. It's all about the numbers, right? So I did all the numbers, right? Well, according to my calculations, there's a potential of 61.4 miles an hour, right? Let me show you the math. So anyway, I did all the math on it. Formula to calculate the speed, the final drive ratio, and the wheel RPMs, and you name it. You know what I'm saying? Convert minutes into hours and so forth. So theoretically, I could get 61.4 miles an hour with the given. This is theoretically, of course, because the engine theoretically can rev to 45,000 RPM. And the given is also that I've got 4-inch diameter wheels. So, yeah, obviously, I've got 4-inch diameter wheels. Can rev to 45,000 RPMs. So, given those things, if we don't take into account any of the coefficient of friction, drivetrain loss, parasitic loss, any of that other stuff, theoretically, with that gear ratio, 16 and 40, I should be able to get up to 61.4 miles an hour. But I was having issues because the gasket in the back got kinked up as I put on the other, uh, as I put on this header. So when I put on this header in this pipe, the gasket got kinked up back here, and it was creating all kinds of issues where I had to try and prime it like for 12 seconds, you know. Often a guy, 26 and 27,000 is best for shimming. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm running. I'm at 26 thousandths right there at 30% nitro. I've been here for a minute. Texas working listed. Cool. Appreciate you, off the guy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I'm at 26 thousandths on this engine. I took a piece of solder and I stuck it down in there. Well, you know, I removed the glow plug and I stuck it down in there, and then I rotated it over, and I wanted to see how much that solder got squished. What's up, y'all? I'm back. Yeah, big boy toys. Yeah, so I measured the squish on it, and I used my what's it called? Little feeler gauge. Because I don't have a caliper yet. I got to order the caliper. But anyway, the little feeler gauge has got, you know, the thicknesses on it. And so what I did was compared the squished solder thickness to here, and I came up with 26 thousandths, which is just perfect. But I had to remove a couple head shims because I had too many head shims on there at first. And then I had to remove, I had a CF8, a CT8, whatever it is, C8T, is a Nova Rossi number 8 turbo glow plug on there. And I had to remove it because it was just too cold. And for braking, I needed something a lot hotter. So anyway, the problem I was having was that I've got this gear ratio geared so tall because I'm trying to go for a speed run. So the issue is 4-inch tires, 16 bell, 42 spur. The gear is so high that with my double shoe clutch that I had on there, oh, I took it off. This one, the dual shoe clutch, it wasn't grabbing enough off the line. And so it was causing a lot of delay off of the line. So I switched it out to a 3-shoe clutch. So I got 3-shoe clutch, and I put 1.1 millimeter clutch springs on there. So those are the thickest I could get. So it would spool up the most it can before it engages, because this one is the exact opposite. And I used this one just for braking, so it wouldn't put too much load on the engine. But anyway, this mid-range pipe wasn't providing enough torque. This is the Dynamite 053 pipe. And I'm not sure if it was because the gasket was kinked or what. But in any event, I'm going to use this pipe for now. And then we're going to go to the Nova Mega 9886 pipe. Because this pipe here is the go-to for like the speed runs and, you know, the power and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm going to give this one a shot. This is the 2182. It's a dual chamber off-road pipe from Nova. I don't know why this camera doesn't want to work so well. In any event, the primary issue I was having apparently was that this gasket was kinked back here on the exhaust. And it was creating all kinds of issues. In any event, I'm ready to get this sucker back on the road. I just got to get the exhaust hanger mounted on there. Get all the lines mounted up. My 16 and 40, the gear mesh is good. And I'm running a 5-cell nickel metal hydride pack. It's like one of these, but it's flat. And the reason is because this servo here is not a high voltage servo, and so I have to run low voltage. But in any event, the problem is that these servos draw a lot of power. So I have to recharge the battery pack after every run. Because it's only 1600 milliamps. Anyway, I'm trying to do a speed run, man. The issue I'm having is that these tires are so big and heavy and so much inertia, and they're not belted or anything, so they balloon. And there's so much weight and inertia generated from the weight of these things spinning that it takes a while for it to slow down. And so, anyway, I was just thinking, I really wish I had some foam tires because the parasitic loss from the weight of these tires versus something like this, which is your typical GMAR with the like graphite or carbon reinforced plastic or whatever the rim this is. I mean, it's significantly lighter. The header's a torque header, so it should do better on the low end. Yeah. Velocity of Beast. Yeah, dude. What's up from across the pond? Yeah, dude. Velocity of Beast. That guy. If y'all don't know, he is he's named that because Hybrid had a RC and it was this body right here. It was the Velocity of Beast. This is the Ferrari FXX. It's a yeah, fire baby. This is the sickest body ever, dude. This body was like a licensed Ferrari body. They only made like 500 of them. And I bought two of them. Ha! And I cut a hole in it to put it on a nitro car. And it came from Tamiya. And I was like, I don't even care. But this body is sick, dude. Look, and I put a piece of foil, like rubber backed foil in there to protect the body from the exhaust. But it goes on my Kyosho V1 Triple R. And that's the Velocity of Beast. In case you didn't know. It's real dusty right now, so it doesn't look good, but trust me, that's a badass body. Velocity of Beast! Yeah, dude! Hey, tell us how things are over there on the other side of the pond. We've been having some flooding and stuff, bro. It's been flooding down here in Texas, man. They took a whole bunch of little kids, man. The little kids got flooded away. They died. They're gone. They can't even find them. Like a dozen little kids, dude. Little kids. Little girls. They're like 10 or less. Amen, brother. Yeah, thoughts are with you guys. I know it, man. That is messed up, bro. I mean, I live at the lake, bro, where all this stuff happens, you know. I mean, actually, it happened like an hour and a half upriver from me. But all those people, they got flooded, and guess where they came? Right into the lake. So they've been finding all those people like 20 miles from like where they got flooded in, which is over here. Dang, I don't want to go over there. That's not cool. So yeah, rescue efforts are still going on. Recovery efforts. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, man. Life is short, man. 1 second you're here and 1 second you're not, dude. And you know what? That's another reason why I make these videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like, you just never know, dude. Like, one day you're here and the next day you're not. And then like, nobody has anything to remember you by. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's all material and temporary. Amen, brother. It is. Exactly, man. Dang, it's crazy, dude. Life is so messed up, dude. Goes by so fast. 50 years old now, dude. It feels like it's like I should still be like 20 or 30. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to leave each day the best you can for sure. Yeah, exactly. A2RC, yeah. You got to live each day like it's your very last. And you got to treat people like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's your very last day, you know? And that makes all the difference. You know, when you treat people like it's your last day on earth or their last day on earth, man, like, and that's how people should be treating each other, man, because we just don't know. My mom's getting old, bro. She just called me and said that she got to go to the hospital and like got to get a thing in her heart because she got like congestive heart failure. Said she's gonna die or things going like, I don't know. She said something like her health is going down. She's already like 80 years old. It's crazy, man. You know, we all just take it all for granted, dude, every single day, man. And it's hard not to. But when, yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Often guy said exactly, man. It's A2RC. Yeah, it's a real sobering thing, dude. Like, you know, yeah, velocity of beast. Exactly, bro. I know it, man. We're only on this earth for a short time. And when you're young, it seems like it's taking forever. And as you get older, the days go by so fast, the years go by so fast, everything. Often a guy says, I've always tried to help people any way I can with everything. Yeah, exactly, man. That's how you got to be. I went to go visit my folks down in San Antonio one time, a few years back. Some dude was broken down on the side of the road, some little like gangbanger kid or whatever, and he had a fox body Mustang. And of course, I knew how to work on it, so I pulled over, and my folks were in the car, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm gonna help this guy." And they're like, "What? Do you know him?" I'm like, "No, I don't know him." "Oh, be careful, be careful." But I could tell just by looking at the kid that he was a gangbanger, and he was scared because somebody in the other gang was gonna catch him with his car broken down, and he was scared, and I could tell, you know. And so, like when I rolled up on him or whatever, like, I just said, "Hey, you need some help or whatever." He wouldn't even make eye contact with me, and he said like, "Oh well, I just need a jump. I just need a jump." I said, "Okay, no problem, man." So like I jumped his car real quick and he was out of there. And my parents were like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that didn't take long." I said, "Yeah, no, I mean, you got to help each other out, man." Like, but like in the big city, it's different. It's not like it is out here in the country. And so I've lived out here in the country for so long that RC Adventures, what's up, bro, Xavier? When I go out, when I go back to the, when I go back to the city, I treat everybody like they're from the country. That's probably wrong. Need to roll strapped. Oh God. That's why I don't go to San Antonio anymore, man. My parents, they don't live in the best neighborhood. And I already know myself. So I don't go visit my folks. And it's sad, dude. You know, my mom, she made it to 80 years old. My stepdad, he's got Parkinson's. They can barely drive around. They want to come and see me and stuff. I live like an hour away. I need to go see them. Stop bullshitting. Anyway, don't. The whole point of the matter is like just don't take it all for granted, man. We take it. I, especially me. I take everything for granted. And it's hard not to.
It's hard to be humble. Yeah, it's easy to get distracted. Yeah, yeah, man, it is. We all do. It's easy. Yeah, it's easily done. I know it, man. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and like hearing my spiel, man. Talking about this makes me want to give a shout out to Little Stinky. Oh, yeah, thank you, brother. I appreciate that, A2RC. That's funny you say that because like just a couple days ago, I heard her come scratching at my door, man. That was the second time. You know, A2RC, he's talking about Little Stinky. He's talking about my cat. So my cat, she passed away on Martin Luther King Day last year, on January 15th. And my cat, she stayed with me for almost 15 years. She meant everything to me, man. Little Stinky. So, yeah, when Little Stinky was ready to come inside at night, she would come and scratch on the front door, and I would hear her, and I would go and open the front door, and she would come and sleep on my bed at the foot of my bed. Well, after she passed away, like 6 months went by, and all of a sudden I heard a scratching at the door, you know, at bedtime, and I was like, oh my God, I recognized it immediately. I knew it was Little Stinky, but she had already passed away, and I was like, oh my God. Well, I went and opened the door anyway, because I knew she was out there. Damn mosquitoes. Anyway, that just happened again just a couple of days ago. And it makes me feel a lot better, to know that, Little Stinky is still here with me. Damn mosquitoes. Even though we can't see them and they're like, quote unquote ghosts. Yeah, that's nice, Texas. Even though they're like ghosts or whatever, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, dude, this world is crazy, bro. Like, our eyes can only see a small amount of like what's actually there. They got that infrared and all that other stuff. Like, we can only see a small. Imagine what we can see, dude. Hey, golly, dude. To hear Little Stinky scratching at the front door, man. I mean, seriously. I got great laughing my ass off. No, dude, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, bro. And so, it's hard to live your life like every day like it's the last, and to treat people like it's the last day you're on earth. But if you did that, the people would recognize it and they would treat you so different, believe me. When I was in college, I was real good about that. There's frequencies and energies we don't know about. Oh, yeah, you're the man, bro. Hey, YRC. And there's so much more to life in the world that we live in. I'm about to go down the rabbit hole recently. Exactly, bro. Exactly, dude. Yeah. Exactly, bro. That's exactly what I'm talking about, man. It's crazy, dude. This thing we call life. Like, I could tell you some crazy stories, bro. You would not believe. You would leave here tonight and like questioning everything that you believe. Believe me, if I told you the stuff that I've been through, heading to bed. Have a great night, everybody. Yeah, thank you, A2RC. I appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us, man. It's good to see you again, brother. I look forward to seeing you again on our live stream and hanging out with us, man. Appreciate all the good comments. You're a good man. A2RC, gentlemen. That guy's an engineer, man. Top of the line. It's as good as it gets right there, guys. Anyway, guys, I don't want to get too deep into all this stuff. It's just crazy, man. I don't I don't want to scare you guys.
But let me just say, that being said, so you can look right into my eyes. Okay, I'm gonna look right into the camera and you can look right into my eyes. And know that I'm telling you the truth when I say this. Okay? And, and I can tell you with a surety that I know because I've actually been there before. Haven't learned the hard way that God is real, and when you die, you're gonna have to come before Him. Oh, that's my mom right there. How funny! How funny! See what's gonna visit me tomorrow. Anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that. Let me let you guys go. Ah, 'cause I gotta call my mom. There you go. Cheers. Shout out to our moms. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. And remember what I told you. Don't forget, the Lord is real. He's watching everything we're doing, listening, and He's here with us right now. Love you guys. Later.